Hello everybody, welcome back to a Football Now episode 4, part 4, and this episode we're going to talk about Usmnt and how they're just a bunch of failures. So let's get straight into this. Now, I want to talk about how this whole defeat to Trinidad is just a disgrace. Like, how you come from a win from Panama 4-0, and this is Panama, so they're not like the best team in the world. They're not this so great team. They're it. We showed some grit. Like we showed. Definitely not in this game. I'm just talking about the Panama game. How we actually looked like a pretty solid team overall. It was a good team performance. And when I saw that, like, I wanted to believe that, hey, we could bring this to Trinidad, and oh yeah, we could definitely go for the World Cup. I was confident. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna probably go to the World Cup today. But in the back of my mind, I was like, we're the U.S. We can screw this up, and I was right. Back of my head was right. It's just like I said, disgraceful. Like how you can lose to Trinidad. The team didn't even play. Like I felt like they weren't. I'm just lost in words. I just can't even talk. Like how you go into this game and you should be mentally prepared. Like, things can change. Just because they're Trinidad doesn't mean we're not gonna like concede or we're not gonna have troubles. They're gonna try their best. It's their last game. Yeah, they're not gonna make the World Cup, but they're gonna give it their all because they're at home. They want to please their fans. But in our head, we're like, oh, this is gonna be an easy game, whatever. Let's just not take it seriously. That's what it looked like. It's literally what it looked like because they didn't try. There was no pressure on the ball. The defense was sloppy. We looked terrible going up front. Pulisic was our only good guy. Well, I mean, he didn't have his best game, but he showed quality, and he got the goal. It was a great goal, too, outside the box. He just Pulisic, he shows his fight. Like he wants to go forward. He goes at defenders. He tries to go through. He tries to lay in teammates. Tries to get stuff done. He tries to be like the Messi of Argentina, but the United States, pretty much. He's trying to do something because he knows what's at stake. The World Cup, like the biggest competition for a national team, and we didn't make it because the whole team just didn't do anything. We didn't play at all. Bruce Arena, yes, it's his fault. It's not just all his fault though. It's part of him, the team, just pretty much everything that has to do with the national team. It's all their fault. Like everybody takes the blame. It's not just one person. And people are saying Klinsmann, it's his fault. Klinsmann didn't. Yes, he had a pretty rough last year before he got sacked or just fired from his position. But like if you think about it, we went through a group of death. Like he got us through a group of death in the World Cup 2014. We went through Portugal. We should have won, but we drew 2-2, which sucked. But we went through Portugal, and this whole group, the group of death, he got us out of that. We went to the round of 16. We were lucky to not get smashed by Belgium. We got pretty lucky. Tim Howard got 16 saves. It was amazing. Other than that, Klinsmann did a pretty decent job in the World Cup. It's the United States men's national team. What are you gonna do? We're not Argentina or Brazil. You can't expect us to go further than that. Getting to the round 16 and quarterfinals is realistic, and we should be happy about that. But we shouldn't be happy about. There is no reason to be happy about this. No one's going to be happy about this. Nobody. Maybe there's a part of us saying, okay, maybe this is a good thing because now this will be awakening or a sign for them to say, hey, we need to change things around here. New coach, bring in youth players, kind of just throw everything, not everything away, but just at least rebuild. See what's wrong. We all know what's wrong. We're terrible. It just sucks that we lost to Trinidad, the worst team in our group in the Hex, and it was such an easy game to win, and we lost. This shirt, okay, this is just kind of a knockoff jersey. I bought 2015. No, sorry, 2014 when the World Cup was going on. This is the shirt I bought, and I just want to throw it away. I just don't want to wear it because I'm just so disgusted in how we didn't make the World Cup. I know we're not the best. We're not the best in terms of like quality and stuff, but we have what it takes to get into the World Cup at least. Get to the group stages, even go out of the group stages like we did, go in the round of 16. That's something we should see. But to not even see us get into the World Cup, what the heck? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So things need to change because this is just unacceptable. Like, we shouldn't be out of the World Cup. We should be in it. Pulisic deserves this World Cup. This was his first ever World Cup that he could have been in, and we all screwed it up. The whole Usmnt screwed it up. Pulisic deserved it because he is given everything for the United States. And I'm not just saying like, oh, I feel bad for just Pulisic. I feel bad for the whole entire team. But Pulisic, who just came into this team as a 19-year-old, was 18 when he first kind of went into the team, and he's done so much for them. I think I saw it was 14 games, 7 goals, and 7 assists. Like, you can't just throw that away. Like, he did so much for us, and now it's just all that hard work's gone because the team just can't get under that pressure. Can't say, hey, guys, we have to get this done. We just have to do it. Like, if we're playing bad, we have to try to grind this out. We have to try to get the draw. We have to do something. But it didn't look like we had any solutions. We just looked like we're like, oh, well, we're down 2-1. But hopefully Mexico and Panama, their scores are different, so where we can actually still advance. They kind of just depended on that, it seemed. What are you going to do? I mean, it's just a sad day in U.S. history. It's the last time this happened where we didn't get into a World Cup was 1986, so it was a while ago. So now 2017 is the new year we didn't qualify, and now we have to wait until 2022 to go back in, even if we can. Like, I'm pretty sure by the time it's 2022, 2021, at least, when we get to qualify again, I think we'll somewhat be ready, hopefully, if, men's soccer, the whole national team, MLS and everything, they come together and try to figure out how we can improve. The MLS national team, all these corporations, everything, have to come together and just figure out what can we do. What can we do to prepare ourselves for the next, years to come, so we're prepared and we can eventually advance even further in World Cup and in these competitions. Because in Olympics, we did nothing. Gold Cup, we won the Gold Cup barely. Like, we should never won that. It's just, we have to figure out something because this is just stupid. I think we need to bring in youth players. Veterans need to go. Dempsey, I wish, could have played because he was close to breaking their record. And for some reason, Bruce Arena just does not like starting him, only subbing him in like late on. For some reason, even though Dempsey's a big game changer at some points, he just didn't do that. So it sucks that he couldn't get the time and try to get the goals that he needed to break the record. But I mean, of course, I'm not just trying to focus on the record, but it would have been nice to see him break it because he deserves that, because he's done so much for us, just like Landon Donovan did and all these great players. So it really sucks to see this happen. I'm hoping that things change and we look ahead and try to just fix what's broken and rebuild, and then hopefully next time the qualifiers come up, we're ready and we don't look like a bunch of idiots and lose to these teams we're expected to beat. Because just like Panama and all the lower teams, like, we're expected to beat them, so it's not like, oh my god, yes, we beat them, oh god. Like, we're expected to beat them. Like, we're better than them. No, I'm not trying to be like mean towards the other team, because I have respect for them, and they can always come up. They can come up in these games too, and they have talent and everything. If they show up, and they can play really well. Ultimately, we are somewhat the better team. But this year, I'd say we're not even close to what we need to be. Like, we're just terrible. It's hard to see us now in the World Cup, but at the same time, I kind of saw it coming because we just aren't ready. We're not mentally there, we're not physically there, and the team just doesn't look like they should be there. That's kind of all I needed to say about this. This is my thoughts. Like I said, it's just a big slap in the face. It just makes us look like a bunch of idiots. Like, MLS is going to show that that league doesn't do much because, I don't know, just U.S. soccer in general just isn't really popular anywhere. Like, and that's what helps when you go into the World Cup and they see the United States play and they're like, oh wow, these are actually pretty good players. They're playing pretty nice. They must be doing something right. We're not in it, so we're not doing anything right. It looks like so. And it just makes us look bad. Makes the whole United States look bad. And and I was thinking to myself, like, first Trump gets elected, and now we're out of the World Cup. What more could go wrong? This is just the worst. Like, everything's gone downhill. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation in the U.S. soccer team, or U.S. men's national team not making it to the World Cup. Like I said, I'm hoping we do a big rebuild. We need to. I think Bruce Arena needs to go. He's done some good for us, but he's just not the coach we need. Jurgen Klinsmann, in his time, he did good, but he started kind of to lose the dressing room, it seemed, and he just didn't really know how to progress from where he was at. So kudos to him because he did get us to the round of 16, so in the World Cup. So he did do some good, but after that he kind of lost it, like I said. So we need to find someone that can really show the squad up and know how to use the youth more. Try to get them in there, because our youth is actually pretty good. I've seen them play, and they can do some nice football. So I'm hoping that all this stuff changes. I'm hoping it's a big rebuild. I'm looking forward to it. If it does happen, if it doesn't happen, then there's going to be tons of questions asked. So, thank you for joining me on this episode of Football Now. It's just my humongous rant on the Usmnt. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think, like I said, like what you feel, and also who you're rooting for in the World Cup. Because I know I said previously there was France or Brazil. Now I think I've changed it to Germany because Germany, I said before they didn't look too good, but now they look really good. They've won 10 out of 10 qualifying matches. They've scored like 44 goals, I think, in those games. So it's like, I think they're going to possibly win the World Cup again, no doubt, because if you look at their bench and stuff, they got power. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about U.S. national team and World Cup and who you think is going to win. So, like, subscribe. See you next time. See ya.